Alright, we're back. A dinosaur story. And I am the dinosaur. Let's see here. Okay, let's start this next chain with Robon. The fires fade. The haunted look in Robon's eyes speaks volumes. See to the wounded, Zumacalis. If they live, help them. If not, move on. Yeah, there's going to be quite a few of those. Or maybe not. Maybe most of them died. Well, I bet there's some people here that aren't in the same instance, like they don't see the ruined town. Mefrid? Mefrid lies motionless, having breathed his last. Clenched in his fist is a small charm, which you take for safekeeping. Poor Mefrid. He was already cold when I got to him. There was naught I could do. That charm must have been important. You'd best take it to Conrad. Turtle power, my friend. Turtle power. Here's old Conrad. Inago? Mefrid? Where are you? Mefrid's charm. Mefrid sadly won't be joining us. This is... He's dead, isn't he? Mefrid was a warrior, always thinking about others before himself. He once had an Imperial patrol chase him nigh on 20 malms, so that his wounded would have time to escape. His comrades loved him for it, of course, though that only made him worry more. Did you know that he sent his men in Quarry Mill away because he thought they were fighting for him and not the cause? Aye, well, he did. The only life he was willing to risk was his own, you see. That's exactly the kind of man who should be leader. The kind of man who deserves to survive, not an old fool who's all used up. There's no logic to it, Master Kemp. There never is. Who stands, who falls. In the heat of battle, we can but do our best. As he did. Mefrid will sorely be missed, aye, but because of his sacrifice, many now live who otherwise would not, and they need us, now more than ever. Aye, that they do. Forgive me, I had high hopes for him is all. Completely inappropriately upbeat music. So now who do I talk to? Vivid? Our defeat was no near thing. It was total a humiliation. We were powerless to withstand our enemy's assault. But we cannot afford to dwell on our failure. As Alfredo said, it is those who survived whom we must now think of. Raga's reach is no longer safe, The Imperials may have may have withdrawn, but they could return at any time to finish what they began. We dare not remain here. Those who are not fit to make the journey to Castrum Oriens will need to be taken by chocobo carriage. Agreed? Good. I shall oversee preparations for the carriages. In the meantime, I would have you scour the infirmary for any supplies that might prove useful during the journey. Can and will. Oh, here's the side quest. Forgive me, but it is imperative that I continue preparing medicines for the wounded. If you desire treatment, I must ask that you seek it elsewhere. Oh, I see. In that case, you are free to search the barber and take that which you require. I would not have our people dying en route. I would assist you, but this process demands my undivided attention. Okay. Just gotta be scrounging around for a minute. Sorted potions, tonics, tinctures, poultices, Phoenix Downs. Flame Courier. Sir, Marshal Terrapin said you might have something for me. I do. Potions and potables. 12 be praised. This should put the driver's hearts at ease. Tell the Vice Marshal we await his orders. And cutscene. Yustola and the others are safely strapped in. Don't worry, I'll be by her side the entire time. Thank you, Cryo. I'll walk alongside. They'll need protection in case the Garleans try anything. Hang on, you're injured too, aren't you? Shouldn't you be in one of the carriages? I'm not so frail that I can't make the trip on my own. Besides, there's still work to be done here. I'll see you at the wall when it's finished. As you wish. Then let us set forth at once. We shall move as quickly as our comrades' health allows. To Castrum Oriens. This is a serious situation, y'all. It's no time for victory fanfare. Conrad. Man struggling to cope with a bitter reality. Saved a good many of my men, and I cannot thank you enough for that. But the fact remains, our forces were decimated. In this state, we'll not be mounting an assault on Castellan Villadina or anywhere else. We need to be honest with ourselves about our prospects. First, we need to put our affairs here in order. Afterwards, I'll join you all at Castrum Oriens. Understood. We will go and speak with General Alden. Who is on the other side of the camp. Let's get sad, y'all. Pippin has already departed with the wounded, has he? Good. We have completed our search of the Reach and the surrounding area. As far as we can tell, Xenos and his men returned straightaways to Specula Imperatoris after quitting this place. It would seem he's lost interest in us. Which brings us to the most troubling question of all. Not how he found us, but why he chose to spare our lives having done so. In war, you kill or capture your enemy. You don't leave him to fight another day. Only a fool would turn his back and walk away, but Xenos is no fool. Whatever his motive, that is neither the time nor the place to think of. I will leave a token force to watch over the Reach. The rest will fall back to Castrum Oriens. We can discuss our path forward there. Alright, so back to Castrum Oriens. Hello, big old crazy griffin bird. I don't know what you are, but you're cool as hell. Kryl is with Y'shtola. She still hasn't woken up, but Kryl says she's through the worst. Given the severity of her wound, we could have hoped for no more. Let us pray she makes a full recovery. We lost a lot of good people, didn't we? I saw it happen. When that Skulls commander cut down Mefred. A single blow, and that was it. Everything he fought for, all his hopes and dreams for the future, gone in an instant. And do you know what the worst part? It wasn't a Garlean who did it, it was an Alamegan. Gods help me if I ever... No, not now. Not while the general's waiting. Oh, lice. I'll never get your name right, will I? Bollocks.
Were it not for the swift actions of the Scions and the Alliance, many more would have died. You risked your lives to save ours, and for that we thank you.
There is no need for thanks. We are allies, are we not?
Aye, just so. Let us not dwell on this tragedy, but look to the future.
The future? I'm sorry, General, but there is no future for us. We've lost too many. Gods, I can still see Mefred with that woman standing over him. They've ripped the heart out of us, General. They've broken us. Our fight is over.
Master Kemp, please.
I'll always hate them with every fiber of my being. For what they took from us then and now. Our homeland, our freedom, our bloody children.
You mean the Skulls? The youths who fight for Xenos?
Grania Lupi, the Black Wolf's legacy and our shame. A unit made up of children born to Alamegan dignitaries who came of age during the occupation. Sons and daughters of Gir Abania, raised to be proud citizens of the Empire, with all the rights and responsibilities that entails. It'd be easy to curse them and call them traitors, but they're our children. Our flesh and blood. If the only way to forge the future we want is to cut down our own, then...
You don't destroy a people by killing them. You destroy a people by eliminating their culture and everything that makes them them.
Then what was it all for?
Nargo.
What will you say to the families of the fallen? To the mothers, and the widows, and the orphans? Will you tell them it was all for nothing?
Listen to the girl. We dare not suffer our comrades' sacrifices to have been in vain. Now is the time to steel our resolve and press on, painful though it may be.
And when Xenos comes back with his army, what then? This isn't the first time, you know. You'll be hard-pressed to find men brave or stupid enough to face him again.
I still can't believe how strong he was. He humiliated us back there. The Warrior of Light included. Gods help us if he's next in line to the Garlean throne.
Loath though I am to say it, we should not be surprised. Before succeeding Van Baelsar in Alamigo, Xenos led the Imperial army to Doma, where he crushed the rebellion utterly.
Yep, he's a born raid boss.
As a matter of fact, Doma remains in his charge to this day. Suffice it to say, Varys' heir is a peerless warrior and an accomplished general. The question is, how are we to contend with such a foe?
We take the fight to Doma.
Interesting. You are suggesting we kindle the flames of revolution in Doma once more and force Xenos to fight a war on two fronts?
For that, there would need to be someone left to fight on this front by the time you got back. Look, I'll not deny the plan as promised. And I feel for our brothers and sisters in Doma, truly I do. But I fear we lack the strength to see it through.
Well, yeah, with that attitude.
Have faith in your people, Master Kemp. Them and the Scions. Hold fast, rebuild, and when all is in place, we shall defeat Xenos together.
You gotta get mad. You
If you're
get
going to
angry.
Doma, I'm coming too. I want to help our friends there. And make sure nothing like this ever happens again.
You're gonna get pissed off. We're gonna break something off in somebody's butt.
Give us the time we need, and we will give you something far greater.
Very well. For all you have done for us, we will fight on. But be swift, comrades. Alamigo has suffered enough.
People are already after these hunts. I wonder. There are no hunt parties. It goes without saying, but the Scions alone have not the strength to topple a provincial government, here or anywhere else. And I am quite certain the same can be said of the Doma Liberation Front. Nevertheless, we can but go and assess the situation for ourselves and see what can be done. Lest you doubt what good we few can accomplish, I would remind you that my grandfather and his 12 disciples once journeyed to these lands to save Eorzea and her people from certain doom. Brave souls with an impossible task, and Eorzea lives on. Our present mission may not be as monumental in scope, but it is no less important to the multitudes whom we would free from imperial oppression, whom we will free. And then I will take that belt. And suddenly, another ether current quest appears. Serpent Marshal Brookstone. The Hidden Truth. Zumacalis Dagaz of the Maelstrom. A moment, if you would. The Alliance has seen fit to charge the Twin Adder with overseeing the occupation of Castrum Oriens for the interim. As an adventurer, I realize that it's your wont to attend to matters both great and small in all quarters of the realm, though it should go without saying that you must also uphold your obligations to the Maelstrom and the Eorzean Alliance. Thus, I would ask for your aid in a reconnaissance mission here in the Fringes. Pray speak with Lieutenant Molko when you are ready to receive a briefing. She will be overseeing the operation. There you are. Do my eyes deceive me? It can't be, but it is! Zumacalis Dagaz, the Griffin's Bane himself. Yes, the great hero who defeated the Griffin atop Baelsar's wall, bringing his plans of conquest to a shuddering halt. I could think of no other title that so aptly befits your prowess. A pity no one else seems to think so. But enough of that. What brings the illustrious Griffin's Bane here to Castrum Oriens? Serpent Marshal Brookstone has requested you assist in my investigation. This is such an honor, I'll do my best not to disappoint you. Ah, goodness me, where are my manners? Talamolko, Military Records Officer at your service. I cannot offer much in the way of combat, but if you should have any inquiries regarding historical matters, you need only ask. Now then, let me apprise you of our current situation. Shortly after taking control of Castrum Oriens, we discovered a number of confidential documents left behind by the Garleans, prisoner records dating back to the beginning of Alamigo's occupation. As you might have guessed, a great many were conscripted and sent away to subjugate new territories. A surprisingly large number were executed, as a reminder of what would happen should any step out of line. What we weren't expecting, however, was a number of prisoners listed simply as whereabouts unknown. We thought perhaps they met some ill fortune during their imprisonment, or even escaped, but we could find no other documents to suggest what became of them. Be they living or deceased, it is now our duty to find them, not just for our own records, mind you, but for their loved ones as well. They deserve the peace of mind of knowing what happened here. Would that this were a recent incident, though. It will be no easy task ascertaining their whereabouts after 20 years, but I believe I know where we might begin our investigation. The Ananta have called these lands home long before even the Alamegans came to settle here, and as luck would have it, the Resistance has established cordial relations with their people. Perhaps they remember something of what happened all those years ago. Yeah, we can only hope. On to Battlemaid. Alamegan prisoners captured 20 years ago? Yes, I remember. When the Garleans gained their foothold here, they interned any and everyone. Striders, Ananta, it mattered not. Most were forced to serve in the Garlean military, dispatched to other lands from which they were never to return. If I'm not mistaken, the prisoners who remained were taken to a small village to the south. I cannot say what transpired there, but the settlement was heavily guarded. I fear the worst for them. Settlement to the south? Why, that would have to be Bittermill. I recall records of its residents seeking asylum in Gridani when the Garleans first arrived. The place was all but razed to the ground. Let's begin our search there. Perhaps something of value still remains in the rubble. And that will be way down there. Ooh, and there's a fate with some bonus XP. So it looks like people are doing the evil seed at the moment. They will likely be moving on to that. So yeah, let's see if we can't get on some big battle action. Yep, that is exactly what that earlier map marker was about, the boss battle, the boss fate. I'll get there in time. Just barely. Kurnus. The wood remembers. The wood kicks your ass. Attack spam. I actually like the new way that the summoner's abilities chain together. It's really nice. Like it's like maybe not as powerful in some regard as it used to be, but it's just the convenient chaining ability. Ooh, wait, where are you? Target? Let's get some damage in here. Hit you with a contagion to weaken you. And spammy spam spam. Now, come on, don't zone the boss out of the fate area. Yeah, let's burn some MP here. We're at the end. Ruin 3 spam. We don't need MP anymore. Oh yeah. Damn, that's a... I didn't even get gold and I got 157,000. Supersede? What is that? With the highest rating possible. Nope, I haven't gotten that. Well, I'll have to try again sometime. I'm sure that group of people smashed that A rank earlier. This time I'll just have to get in on it a little bit earlier, and then I'll be able to deal enough damage for it to count. Oh my god, there's a fate called Flappy Birda. Telling you, the puns. The puns in these fates. Skimmer. Jeez. Get over here. Stinking bug. Give me the gold. Nice, another 157k. I'm almost 62. I haven't even been trying that much, really. Just going after the occasional fate. That feels good. That's a pretty good pace. I'm sure it'll slow down once I get into the, the mid-60s. But, at the moment, it's a nice bit of progress. Hey, none of that. I wonder if the Zaz is on yet. They are still playing catch-up. Wait, was that a fate? Oh, a fate just, spawned right here on top of me. Okay, I'll do it. Hey, where's my bird? Ricky Rick Rick. Come out. Let's beat up some dogs. These are bad dogs. They're like giant, evil pugs. Come on over, bad dog. Come on, Dougie, Dougie, Dougie. Bad dog. You die now. All good dogs go to heaven. You're going straight to hell. Let's double pull these. Canis Perdito. It's like the dog of perdition. Fourth. Oh good. My own dog is going bananas. Final dog. There's that bad bumper. Dum-ba-na. Alright, on with the quest. What? What are Garleans doing here? They cannot be allowed to leave. Get them! Well, how about no? How about get roasted? How startled are you now? Ooh, he ran away. I got you, friend. Goodness, that's smarts. Perhaps I should have devoted more time to combat training. Though no amount of training would make me a match for the renowned Griffin's Bane. That was a magnificent display. Garlean soldiers were certainly the last thing I expected to find in these abandoned and otherwise forgotten buildings. I managed to catch them unawares, but I'm quite certain this investigation would have ended poorly had you not arrived. Still, I find this quite curious. By all rights, the Garleans should be too busy contending with the resistance to waste time in a place like this. What were they doing here? I'm afraid our search for answers has only raised more questions. If we are to make any sense of this, we must search this place from top to bottom, after my heart returns to my chest. Oh yeah. Breathing exercises. In and out. In and out. So does the quest continue? It does. Lieutenant Mogul seems to have regained a sense of calm. Hello. Staring right up my bird's butt. Sorry to keep you waiting. I fear the battlefield is no place for a bookworm. If the gods are kind, we'll encounter no further distractions. Now, let us begin our search. We'd like to cover more ground if we split up. Hopefully there is still some trace of the prisoners left here. I am going to continue with this side quest just because it seems like a little mini chain. The cloying stench of rotting debris fills your nostrils. You're unable to discern where the odor is coming from. Upon closer inspection of the ground, you see footprints. Some of them appear to be fresh. They would have to be. Footprints aren't going to hang around for 20 years. Anything behind? No. There we are. Deserted house. This house is much too clean to have been abandoned for 20 years. Alright then. So someone's been hanging around. Somewhat recently. Oops. Well, that's fine. And explosion. Explosion. There we go. Summoner's still got it. Ah, Zumacalis. Thank goodness. I found someone while inspecting the houses. He seems unwell. A frantic fellow. Unwell? Unwell? No, definitely not. Certainly not. Yes, we're quite fine, but what of you? A little girl dressed in strange clothes. Quite strange, quite strange. What? You have some nerve. Regardless of how I look, I am a ranking officer of the Order of the Twin Dagger. Thank you very much. Now, who are you, and what business do you have here? Who? Yes, who? An excellent question. Who are you, but who are we? Yes, we would like to know very, very much. You don't remember? Well, is there anything you can remember? Remember. Yes, something about this place. Something familiar, quite familiar. Zumacalis. This is only a hunch, mind you, but I suspect he is not from this place. Considering he's Elysian, he's likely a Gridanian escaped from the Garleans. Or perhaps, could he be one of the missing prisoners? It would certainly explain the Garlean soldiers from before. We need to take him back for questioning. Excuse me, sir, would you be willing to come back with us? At the very least, it would be more comfortable than these dilapidated houses, and we may be able to help you recover your memory. Memories, sweet memories. Yes, we would like them very much, very, very much. Alright then, let's return to Castramorians. My browbeating commander will likely wish to meet you. I suppose it can't be helped. Oh. Get out of there. I'll contribute. As soon as a bear horde shows up, I'll throw some damage at it. Oh! My friend Zaz is back. See here, click. Marshal Brookstone. Possibly one of the missing prisoners, you say? I expected such wild claims from Lieutenant Molko, but if you would corroborate her report, perhaps this warrants investigation. Until further notice, you shall stay under the protection of the Eorzean Alliance. Sir, with all due respect, you cannot just... Lieutenant Molko, get this man a hot meal and a warm bed. When he's had a bit of rest, see what he knows of Bittermill and the Garleans. It should not be long before we reach a resolution to all this. You're free to wait here until she finishes questioning our new detainee. Seems like a pretty lackadaisical approach to security. So that looks like it'll be next in the chain. Oh my god, that dog. Okay, 1 minute here, but I calm the dog down. Doodle-doo-doo-doo. There we go. Voice was being weird. I imagine Lieutenant Molko has finished questioning the Tainee by now. Go and see what, if anything, she's learned. Okay, now where are you? Molko, where are you at? Lieutenant Molko. Oh, behind me. Oh, Zumacalis, I've just finished with questioning. Unfortunately, he can recall absolutely nothing of his past. The only things he is certain of is that he escaped from Garlean captivity. I'm beginning to believe he really is one of the missing prisoners. But where does Bittermill fit into all this? I fear we've reached an impasse. It's not as if we can ask the Garleans what they were doing there. Or perhaps we can. The soldier who escaped us earlier must know something to have been prowling about the area. He has to be taken into custody. Come, Zumacalis, we must speak with Serpent Marshal Brookstone about assembling a search party. No stone can be left unturned. Which belt will I take? I don't really need either of these. Oh, shoot. Okay. I didn't actually mean to do this one. Where men go as one, there is life. And when there is life, there is cause to hope. Our grandfather believed that, so do I. But before we can forge ties with our friends in the Far East, we must first find a way to reach them. Othard is not exactly over the river and through the woods. I am one step ahead of you, dear sister, or rather, Tataru is. But before we discuss that, there is another issue I wish to address. Much as I would like it if we could all make the journey together, someone will need to remain to serve as liaison to the Alliance and the Resistance during this critical period. Moreover, as Y'shtola cannot be left unattended, then I should obviously remain. Very well. Issue addressed. You know, Alfinel, it would be quicker just to ask, and markedly less patronizing. Yes, I suppose. Would you be willing to look after Y'shtola and provide support to Arenvald and the others? Yes, Alfinel, I would. You see, that wasn't so hard, was it? Enjoy your trip, and don't you dare return with a gift. Oh, I would not dream of it. Right then, sister, Zumacalis, Lise, gather your things. We are for Limsa. Okay, they'll be headed off to... See, I guess we're going to Limsa to get on a boat. Go to Doma. Now, who I intended to talk to is this fella right over here. You wish to capture the soldier you encountered at Bittermill? Well, you should know I've already dispatched a reconnaissance team. After reading Lieutenant Molko's report, I thought it prudent he be apprehended immediately. However, therein lies the rub. we lack the manpower to sufficiently survey the area. In fact, I was just deliberating over who I should call back to make a sweep of Owen's stash. There's no need for that, sir. Zumacalis and I will go. I realize I'm not the ideal scout to assist in this, but we have to find them. Okay, and then this... This little nook in the wall. Turtle time, y'all. We're running. Yeah, right now I'm out here ducking and weaving between tons of trash mobs and stuff, going to all these little side objectives. And trying to find all the new ether currents. And they basically did the same thing that they did with the Heavensward stuff. There's like a bunch that you have to find, and then there's like 5 that are from quest only. I believe it's going to unlock flying. There is swimming. You can, I mean, I don't know how it's going to work everywhere, but in this place, you can just swim around in bodies of water that are deep enough by default. Yeah, you might. I think it's diving you have to unlock. Yeah, but I don't know if these ether currents are for diving or they're just for flying, or they're both. Let's see here. On your guard, Zumacalis. I have a bad feeling about this place. Oh, there we go. Wounded Imperial. We found him, Zumacalis. We really found him. What are you... These wounds. If he's not treated soon, he won't be telling anyone anything. He's like to bleed out if left unattended. Go and tell Serpent Marshal Brookstone we found him and he needs medical assistance before he can be moved. I mean, I could just do this. I could literally cast Physic. But I guess that's not good enough. He needs the Marshal to give him a special rubdown. Oh yeah, Midgard just keeps on coming back. My men have searched high and low, but there is no sign of this runaway soldier. I found him. You found him at Owen's stash? Say no more. Say no more, fam. Attention, this is Brookstone speaking. The subject has been found at Owen's stash. I repeat, the subject has been found at Owen's stash. He is severely wounded and in need of medical attention. Excellent work. Perhaps now we can finally get to the bottom of all this bittermill business. What a shame, what a shame. Oh, and then I get a ring. By all rights, my men should be back by now. Go and see if you can find Lieutenant Molko. I want to know what those Garlean dogs were up to. Ah, Zumacalis. I'm happy to report we managed to bring him back safely and not a minute too soon. I plan to speak with him shortly after returning, but the healers won't permit anyone to see him until he's settled and the bleeding stopped. I imagine we won't have to wait very long. Okay. Oh, okay, just wait. Okay. Yes, yes, yes. The weather's fine. The weather's fine. The food's terrible, though. I don't know. It seems he's finally fit to speak. I don't expect you to be grateful, but I'd like to remind you likely wouldn't be standing here if we hadn't found you in that cave. Now, start talking. What were you doing out there at Bittermill? We were looking for someone. An escapee from one of our facilities. He lost his memory and was otherwise mentally unstable, so we knew he couldn't have gone far. I believe the man you're speaking of is already in our custody. We found him seeking shelter in Bittermill. He claims you captured him, though he cannot recall where. So he returned to Bittermill after all. I guess the past came back to haunt him, even if he can't remember it. Listen, my superiors are not like to show you any leniency. If you tell me everything you know, I will do all within my power to see your life is spared. Do we have a deal? Miss, I may be dressed in their uniform, but you'd be mistaken to believe I owe the Garleans any allegiance. I will gladly tell you. 20 years ago, a group of prisoners was relocated to Bittermill to assist in the Garleans' more unorthodox experiments. They wanted to create a new chemical weapon. Shit. One that would leave buildings untouched while killing any and everyone it came into contact with. Black Rose, I believe it was called. That's horrible. Their intention was to drive back Eorzean forces without wasting any of their own on the front lines. Of course, they wouldn't know if it really worked without willing volunteers. And what better place than a village long since abandoned by its people? Not a single prisoner survived. The test proving a resounding success, it was only a matter of time before Black Rose would be deployed. Or so they thought. To the surprise... Oh, shoot. Yawn. To the surprise of many, the project was shut down before Black Rose could ever be used. The orders came from the legatus of the 14th Imperial Legion and interim leader of the Alamiga province, Gaius van Belsar. The Black Wolf would not allow the senseless murdering of Eorzean's people. He saw them as future subjects of the Empire to be ruled, not savages to be slaughtered. Everything was to be destroyed, but the man behind the project would not see his work wasted, and ran off with the last remaining samples of Black Rose. He was promptly apprehended, but he'd already hidden away his work. They used every heinous tool at their disposal to make him talk, yet he would not, or rather could not, tell them where he hid it. The doctor had already gone mad and couldn't remember a thing. I can only assume one of his experiments went wrong and ruined his mind in the process. Then that means the man we found earlier, aye, that's him. Grillarme, former head of research for the 14th Imperial Legion. Damn. Can't believe that incoherent mess of a man was a scientist in service to the Garleans. He was like, he literally built like a portable gas chamber to freaking murder people. I think we've heard enough. Thank you for your cooperation. Yeah, this is pretty nightmarish. What do you think, Zumacalis? A part of me wants to believe it isn't true, but I see no reason why he would lie to us. There has to be some way to substantiate his story. If the entirety of Bittermill was used for their experiments, it would be no easy feat to do away with the evidence of such a massive operation. No, there would have to be some lingering traces of their work, and if they couldn't dispose of it, their only option would be to bury it. Zumacalis, we have to go back to Bittermill. There we go, yeah. There's a whole lot of dialogue here. Alright, let's split up. There has to be something here. I'm not leaving until we find it. But what could it be? Where could it be? The only house we haven't been in or dealt with yet is this one. A barren soil. There's nothing buried here. Okay, so it's in a burial spot. She is. Nothing. So is it behind the first house? It's gotta be. It's somewhere even more unusual. Your digging reveals a small metal container, though you probably shouldn't touch it. Lieutenant Mokol would want to know what you found. You found something? Indeed. A metal container, could it be? A missing sample of black rose? So he was telling the truth after all. There's no time to be sentimental nor hasty. Any mishaps in handling that container could prove disastrous. Let's report back to Serpent Marshal Brookstone. And back to Brookstone. Bonus fate. Okay, way over there. I may make it. Lieutenant Moko reporting, sir. We discovered the identity of the man we thought to be one of the missing prisoners. He is Garlean, however the hell you pronounce that name, former chief of research for the 14th Imperial Legion, who oversaw the manufacturing of a chemical weapon known as Black Rose. After a thorough survey of Bittermill, we discovered what we believe to be a sample of this weapon. We'd like to request assistance in retrieving it. Attention, this is Brookstone. A container we believe to contain a Garlean chemical weapon has been discovered at Bittermill. I need you to get out there and retrieve it immediately. As for the missing prisoners, they were used as test subjects for Black Rose. There were no survivors. Sir, I don't believe we should allow the risk of such a weapon falling into the wrong hands. I agree, Lieutenant. After the weapon has been safely moved to a secure location, rest assured we will see to its disposal. As for Grillamala, his fate resides with the Council. Considering the weight of his crimes, his punishment will be quite severe. I almost pity the man, but memories or no, his crimes cannot be excused. Lieutenant Moko, Zumacalis, you've done well today, and I'm sure you're both quite tired. Go and rest, you've earned it. Actually, I think I'll be heading back to Gridania to write up a report. The events of Bittermill need to be recorded, that we might prevent such atrocities from happening again. I wish I could accompany you a while longer, but I'm sure the great Griffin's Bane is needed elsewhere. Thank you again for all of your help. I look forward to adding your feats of daring to our records someday. And... sure. Nice. Is that still up? Yeah, it's almost done. What is this? Fringe is A rank? Oh, that was an A rank. That was a fate. Let's see our next point of order here. Looks like I need to speak with Alfino and Limsolo Mensa. That's the most pressing matter at the moment. So I think this would be a good time to take a short break, and then when we come back we will continue our story mission.